Hi everyone, how are we?
Good, very, very good, mate. Very good.
Good.
Lovely to meet you, Peter.
I've just had a traumatic experience getting in my kitchen.
Talk us through it then, buddy. What happened?
No, I've been watching Wigan and Hull left at half time when it was 7-0, and I got stuck behind a big lorry, but I made it.
Was it at the Wigan ground?
Sorry?
Was it at the Wigan? Is it at the Wigan?
Yeah, it's at the Wigan. I only live from my Bolton days. I just live Bolton side, so you know, it wasn't bad at all.
So when did you move out of Liverpool, Peter?
Oh, when I was a kid, when I signed for Bolton as a schoolboy, I was only a babby, 15.
Yeah.
You become an apprentice professional footballer at 15. So it was. I just turned 15 in the June, left school in the July, and I was there with the big boys.
Do you miss Highton? Any chance of moving back there?
No, I'll go back. I got a lot of pals there. I was back here last week, meeting people. My mum lives just outside it in Prescott. She's got a nice bungalow, so I'm always down there, yeah.
Nice. So, Peter, shall I introduce you to the lads then? Do you want to know who's here?
Yeah, go ahead, because I didn't get the email.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, we thought that's better actually. We can just we can ad lib it, can't we? So top left we've got Jeremy.
Jeremy, how are you?
How you doing? Yeah, I'm down in Somerset and looking forward to you. Are you a good cook, Peter? You're going to show us what to do?
I quite enjoy it. Yeah, I find it therapeutic more than anything, and I'm a bit of the Keith Floyd. I have a bevy while I'm doing it, you know, just have it, you know.
You haven't appeared on any celebrity come dine with me's or anything like that?
No, I should have a go at that as it happens. I prefer what's the one I used to like when I was Ready, Steady, Cook. I like that one.
Well, just quickly, I'm Jeremy and friend of Andrew's who set this up. Live down in Somerset and just south of Bristol. So, and I originally come from Cornwall. You had a short managerial career at Plymouth Argyle.
Lovely part of the world. Team. Lovely part of the world. And I've got a lot of friends down there. Excellent.
Cool.
Like an awful lot.
Yeah, be careful what you say. Both my parents are from Plymouth.
Great city. Loved it.
Did you keep them up, Peter? I can't remember. What was your track record? Didn't you go down there as a consultant once? It wasn't a proper. Was it a managerial career?
No, I was the manager, but it was administration after they tried with that World Cup bid, and we lost 10 points. Very similar to what we're going to do, and I think I'm not saying administration follows me around, but I'm getting a bit concerned.
All right, so that's Jeremy. We have Mark, far right, calling us from the far-flung corners of the Med. He's in Cyprus. So welcome, Mark.
In Cyprus?
Really? Yes. I mean, hello, Pete. It's good to see you.
You okay?
Yeah, very good. Very good. It's hot here right now.
Whereabouts in Cyprus?
In Nicosia.
Oh, you're in the big city, eh? Like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice part of the world.
You are, yeah. It's a nice part of the world. Yeah, no, it's good. And I've when I came here, I thought, as a Forest fan, I would, finally pick the team that wins these days. So I went for Applewell, who's the big team here, who's won the last few years. And then I got friends with Matty Derbyshire, who plays for Ammonia. He was horrified that I was supporting Applewell, so I switched allegiance and got back to mid-table mediocrity. But then Ammonia won last year, so it's
the team aren't they in Cyprus Applewell? They got a history, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. But it was good to see the other team in Nicosia win this year to even up a bit. And
brilliant. So we're from all over the place, aren't we?
So,
well done, Billy. You're dialing me. Do you realise that?
You know what happened? We had a power cut on our street.
Oh, Christ Almighty!
Welcome.
Start, we had a power cut. I think as soon as he came up,
you not paid your council taxes, Mum.
As soon as Peter came up on the video, we had a power cut. Not sure if it's a sign or something.
Story of my life.
I'm back now. Nice to meet you, Peter.
Billy, do you want to give us your sort of...
I'm a fellow footballer, like semi-professional.
I lost you.
I'm a fellow footballer.
Oh, brilliant.
I was semi-professional back in Australia.
Oh, got you. A lad I used to play with, a lad called Frank Pimlett, had a great career over there.
He played in the same club that I played at.
Hey, what a good player he was as a kid. Top player.
Yeah, no, I was only semi-pro back in the day.
Yeah, got you.
Before I started drinking too much.
Hey, listen, I handled it. Nothing wrong with the pint.
So then, Peter, so that's Billy, our Turkish Australian living in Peckham. We've got Stuart in the corner. Stuart, welcome.
How you doing, Pete?
Stu, how are we?
Yeah, good to meet you, mate.
Great to meet you.
Yeah, so cheers, mate.
Cheers, son. Good out.
I live in southwest London, Twickenham. So I'm just near the rugby ground, actually, about 5 minutes.
I know that place very well. Whitton.
Yeah, Whitton's just round the corner. So we're St Margaret's, I am.
So very, very nice. Very nice. So you're not far from Richmond, and that's one of my favourite restaurants, La Bocca Divina on Red Lion Street.
Yeah, I know it well. Yeah.
Magnificent restaurant. Magnificent.
Yeah. It's the old 8-course place, and then they bring out the
exactly.
They bring the big
by
out,
the way, I love it. I can't wait to get back there.
Yeah.
How much the boozer on Twickenham Green, the Sussex Arms?
Yeah.
It's all right as well.
Yeah. Well, I live near. There's quite a famous pub near me called the Turk's Head.
Oh no, that one. Yeah.
I'm just opposite the Turk's Head.
Who doesn't know the Turk's Head?
Exactly.
Who's calling out the Turk's Head and not knowing which way is left or right?
Yeah.
I've only been there once.
There's actually a bit of a connection with Liverpool with the Turk's Head, Pete. I don't know if you know what it is. But
is that?
Yeah, because what it is, Twickenham Film Studios is obviously in St Margaret's.
Yeah.
They filmed some of the scenes from Hard Day's Night in the Turk's Head. So the Beatles, in the Beatles film, the Hard Day's Night, there's a few scenes in a pub, and they were filmed in the Turk's Head. So
right.
They got pictures on the walls of the scenes that the Beatles were in.
Now you're talking about a band.
Yeah.
I'm a mad Beatles fan. Springsteen, I love. I'm a bit of a Van Morrison when I've had a couple, so quite a little mixture there. And I thought Amy Winehouse was magnificent.
Yeah, she was, man. She was brilliant. I mean, what a shame, what a tragedy when she died.
Your missus is your nick and your wine.
She's topping me up.
Sorry, I beg your pardon. What's your name? What's her name?
Helen.
Sorry, Helen.
Join us, Helen.
Hello.
This is your moment, Helen.
Cheers, El.
Hi, Peter. You're right. Cheers.
Yeah, no bad girl.
Peter, is your wife's name Louise?
Who?
Who's Louise?
Who's been looking at Wikipedia?
Well, no. Whenever Peter talks, it says Louise on his screen.
Oh, that's my daughter.
Oh, right.
That's my daughter. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes up as Louise on your screen.
Oh, does it? That's me cross-dressing days.
Is it?
But
Peter,
but don't tell anyone.
Here's a question that someone told me. I've never verified it. Did you know you knew Emlyn Hughes pretty well?
Oh, top man. Yeah, big pal.
Did he have 2 children, one called Emlyn and a daughter called Emmeline? Or is that
Emma is married to a lad who goes in Chiswick, David Stone, who I think he works for who is it? Land Rover or Range Rover, one of them. But I used to see him when I used to go in the restaurants. I get about me, don't I? Here's another mate. How are you, son?
This is Henry.
Henry, all right, H. So I was in Qantas in Chiswick, and I used to see him in there. him and Emma. So,
But is this so? His daughter was called Emma Lynn.
Emma,
So
yeah.
Not, but wasn't her middle name Lynn? So he had a son called Emlyn and a daughter called Emma Lynn.
Oh, hey, that might be right, but I don't know. But she's a great girl, brilliant girl.
Yeah, he was a cracking. What was this show called back in the
Question
80s?
of sport, yeah, question of sport.
Question of sport, yeah.
First one, wasn't he?
Lovely man, absolutely lovely man. Diamond.
So Andrew, tell us a bit about yourself as you're the host of tonight. So Andrew
You know what?
got the prize, and he's kindly invited us along to join us. So tell us a bit about yourself, Andrew.
I will do. So, Peter, well, it's lovely to meet you, obviously. Thank you very much indeed thanks for volunteering to do this, Peter, because we know your time is precious and you're a busy man.
No, my pleasure.
I live in Surrey at the moment, but I just thought I'd get a shirt out for you, just to remind you of the good old days.
I tell you what, if I'd known you were going to do that, I wouldn't have come on.
You know what? This has still got Souness's sweater at this one.
To be fair, he was a great footballer. Great footballer. Big pal of mine, Graham.
Do you know what I have to say, Peter? We have got so many questions for you, and we're going to be firing them during the show. But the question, one of my questions is, you, Souness, Whiteside in a pub brawl. Who's going to come out sucking his thumbs, and who's going to win the day? Robson would win it, and you didn't even mention him. Didn't even mention him. Yeah, no. Do you know? There's a lot of people I didn't mention, mate. But well, I'd plead the Fifth Amendment on that question if you don't mind. And I know it's. I'll tell you what. It was always very competitive against Big Norman and Graham. But you know, once the whistle blew, shook hands, got on with it, and that's the way it was in them days. And it was, I think it was a lot more physical. I do miss those days, to be honest. Sorry? I do miss those days, because now in football it's a non-contact sport and you fall over at for no reason. So listen, we've all got. Listen, I think the game's improved with there's no tackling from behind. There's no over the top. There's a few, but I do miss a bit of physicality, because I think I think that's important, and I think the crowd like it. So I do miss that physicality in football, and I think the majority of the crowd miss it as well. Definitely. But it's all about opinions.
It's all about injuries as well these days, isn't it? So much.
It's what?
I say it's a lot about injuries as well, isn't it, these days?
Well, listen,
there's so much at stake.
Yeah, but when I was I think about 20 till about 24, I was out a year with one injury, and I only played about 30 games in 4 years, so I know all about injuries, but I felt it was part and parcel of the game. I mean, I know you don't want people being injured and missing football, but I certainly think it's an art, a good tackle. Getting winning the ball, and I still don't know what that means. Excessive force. I still don't know what that means.
Stevie G was, I reckon, the best tackler in the last 5-10 years.
Yeah, he's the Highton lad, isn't he? Yeah, he's Highton lad. Yeah. So, the thing is, he had to get that aggression out of his game, didn't he? I read his book, and he was saying that he had to just kept having his coaches saying you need to cut that out of your game, because you're going in too hard and just cutting people in two. So he learnt from your rule book, Peter. Well, there you go. He was an outstanding footballer, the lad. Outstanding.
Well, Pete, one of the best tacklers when I was growing up was Des Walker at Forest. He used to glide and just take the ball.
Terrific. He was a good footballer as well. Des Walker.
Talking about tackles, Peter, why didn't you tackle Maradona?
By the way,
got that in early.
By the way, we're only one cross in. That's a question I've never been heard before. No one's asked me that question. It's amazing.
Sorry, Peter.
No problem. To be fair, I'd catch him now.
And we don't catch him now.
Exactly. Now, he's a good go to a party around his house, though. He's a good footballer. The best player I think I ever played against was George Best. and I played against him when he was at Fulham and living on the King's Road, and he was still outstanding. Great footballer.
But what was so good about him? Did he just skill, pace? Did he have everything?
Well, he had pace, stamina, left foot, right foot, could head the ball, could tackle, could score, could make a goal. I think he went out with about 3 missed Wales. I tell you what, you can't beat that.
He had nothing going for him, Peter.
No. What a torrid life he had, that lad. And to boot, he was a great character. Yeah, you know, if you ever met him and was in his company, you'd love him. He was a very knowledgeable fella and loved quizzing. Like I said, he was an outstanding talent. I mean, I think he left Manchester United when he was 26, and a lot of people say he didn't really fulfil anything, but he won a European Cup, he won FA Cups, League Championships. I mean, you know.
He had some fun as well.
Oh, he was outstanding.
So what was it like standing next to Maradona? That must have been absolutely amazing. What was he like?
Well, listen, if you play for your country in a World Cup, it's. I mean, even though we got beaten the quarter final 2-1, the second goal, as everyone knows, was magnificent, and the first one, well, that wasn't so good. The hand of whatever. But yeah, I mean, when you play against some of the best players, I used to like it because I think it's something. If you're in an occupation or a sport and you're playing against the best, I think it doesn't get any better. And that's certainly that was certainly the case with him. But there was many great players around at the time.
If you had some time again, Peter, what would you do faced with Maradona coming towards you? Would you have taken a red card for the team?
Well, unfortunately, he was running away from me. He wasn't coming towards me. And Terry Fenwick, who'd been booked, had a chance of blocking him, and Terry Butcher. But, you know, sometimes, you know, cynically you go, yeah, block him. But sometimes you got to just hold your hands up and say, you know, tough footballer.
Yeah. But what about the tackle on Hoddle that wasn't a free kick that should have been? Yeah,
it was a foul. Yeah, Glenn got fouled in the middle of the park, and a lot of people don't mention that, but it was certainly. Well, I thought that the Tunisian referee, it was Tunisian. I thought he missed that one. So he missed that foul, and he missed the obviously the handball. Yeah, so we had a good day besides them two.
Amazing. Listen, so Peter, just a thought on this. Should we do a bit of chatting and a bit of cooking at the same time?
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna wash my hands because I think that's a good idea.
Right. Mark, you can keep us entertained.
Well, it looks like Billy's in the chair on the entertainment stakes.
Has everyone got their questions ready for Peter? He's
Billy went straight in with the main question. We were supposed to build up to that.
I've already done the main question.
What's the question?
Well, it was just when you were like chasing Maradona but couldn't quite get to him.
Peter, when you need to get you a new ignition switch for your cooker.
Oh, I don't listen. My missus isn't here, and I don't know how to work it.
Is there not a button you press on the side?
Yeah, it will be, but I can't. I don't know where it is.
I can't believe your missus has brought your camp cooker your telly cooker on.
I think you had them, Peter.
Right, should we get chopping? Should we get chopping, or should we carry on drinking and chatting?
Well, first of all, what we got, the ingredients. I've got some shallots, and I've got green and red chilies. And I'm using green because I don't want to use red.
Why is that? Why not?
For obvious reasons. Red? Just to drive you mad.
I'm going to have to go down the shop now and get the green ones. I'll be back in a minute.
All right.
It was dry chilies, guys. I got my dry chilies at the ready.
That'll do, Marky.
Dry chilies, good. Yeah, whatever. And I've got.
Hey, Peter.
I've got my little hair garden outside.
Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's your lot.
That's your lot. I like it. So listen, I'm just the guy. Obviously, I use 2 cloves of garlic with mine.
Right.
So, but I'll leave that optional for yourselves.
Pete, is this a particular? Talk us through this recipe. Why did you choose this one?
Well, I'll tell you why. Because I'm a great. I like Italy, and when I'm away, I just think it's sort of a very easy dish, but I think it's a lovely dish. You know what I mean? I think it's. I'm a great pasta lover, and I like a bit of garlic, a bit of spice, and I just think it all works together. And if I'm not mistaken, it's sort of an old fisherman peasant dish, and I always find, if you look through history, the goulashes, the best dishes are usually, you know, what working class people have.
Yeah. Well,
And
Diana's a good one.
And that's always stuck with me.
Yeah. I don't
Fish and
think
chips.
I've cooked it before, Pete. But I have to say,
Chopping up the shallots. What are we meant to be doing? Chopping up the shallots?
So should we just get on with cutting everything we've got here then? What's the,
Yes.
the order of play?
Peter, should we start chopping up the shallots?
Yeah, I'm doing my shallots at the minute now.
Well, there's anything on the recipe.
Pete, I've got to say that I've never cooked this before, but it was quite a challenge finding clams in Nicosia. I managed it at the 11th hour.
Oh, I thought it'd be easy there, you know.
Well, the thing is, A, we're in the middle of the island, not on the coast, and B, fish here is not as prevalent as you would think. It's been overfished, so a lot of the fish in Cyprus is imported. Apparently.
You're joking.
No.
Well, you can get loads of crabs in Cyprus though, with all those tourists.
Mind you, I'm a big seafood lover. I do like seafood.
Do you cook?
Yeah.
Are you the main cook in your house, Pete, or does your?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but what I do every now, like I said before, every now and then when I've got time, I do find it therapeutic. I've got to say that. You know what I mean? Like when you're young, you don't really get into it, do you? Because you're out and you pay. But as I got a wee bit more mature, shall I say, I've got into it.
How old were you when you started cooking?
Well, I lived by myself for a long time, so I used to do like a bolognese or whatever. So yeah, fairly young, really, 20, 23.
What do they feed you at the club, Peter?
Sorry?
At the training ground, what would they feed you back then?
Oh, behave yourself. Oh no, I was brought up in an era where it was pudding, chips and peas for lunch.
Oh really? What? Is that what after?
I mean,
after training.
The nutritional side of the game now, what the lads get is it's fantastic. And the lads now,
Different gravy.
yeah, sports science, nutrition's massive. So, you know, everything, the vegetables and, you know, protein, what have you, it comes into an awful lot. But it was funny. I had a spell in Thailand as a national coach.
Yeah, tell us about that, mate. Where was that?
It was about 8-10 years ago. So what I did there, I got into really liking spicy food, but I tried to educate the lads because the Thai lads, who were great lads, you know, before games would be having chili beef and spicy stuff. And I'm going, you can't do it. So I'm trying to get them eating.
That sounds good to me. Chili beef. That sounds good to me. A Thai chili beef.
Yeah, but not before.
Pete, why would you say they shouldn't have that then? What would that help them? Would that get in the way of their performance, you reckon?
Well, pre-match, the digestion, it wouldn't be that great. You know what I mean? But what I found out
is that they can run faster.
Yeah, surely.
Yeah. Well, I don't think if you burp a chili up, which is spiced up, I don't think it really goes, if I'm perfectly honest. But what I did, so I tried to get him on this diet, didn't I? And then I found out after they had the pre-match meal, they went out in the street anyhow and got, the street vendors. So
what are you trying to get him to eat?
I kicked it in
Scouts
after that.
Bit of Scouts?
Scouts.
What are you trying to get him to eat, Peter?
Scouts, that's a good shout. Yeah.
Scouts. That'll sort them out, Pete.
Hey, by the way, I can't get this Cookalong. Let me get the Cookalong first. I'm having a nightmare.
Talk us through it, Peter. What's the problem? Is the gas working or not?
Should have a whip back for the lecky.
You sure it's not an electric cooker, Pete? It's not an electric cooker, is it?
I've done it. Oh. Leave me alone. I've done it.
Hey, well, lad.
So, how are we doing with it? Have we cut the chili up or?
Yeah, you need to talk us through. What else do we need to do then, Peter? We've done our shallots, done our garlic. What else do we need to do? Boil the kettle?
Well, for the pasta, you best have a pasta. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Does it need to be hot or cold for the pasta?
What needs to be hot or cold?
The water.
You're winding me up now, aren't you?
Yeah, mate.
Winding me up on YouTube and everything.
National telly. Hey, listen, this is going live on ITV, and this is just before Morse, Inspector Morse.
Hey, don't knock Inspector Morse. John Thor, love it.
Before Midsummer Murders.
Oh yeah, ITV3, brilliant.
Yeah.
What's the other one? David Jason.
Oh, bit of Frost.
Yes, that's it.
Touch of Frost.
Touch of Frost. Touch of Frost.
I'm more of a Fools and Horses man myself.
Oh, brilliant. By the way, classic.
Starsky and Hutch. What about Starsky and Hutch?
What about the Professionals? Do you remember those two?
Oh, that was a show. Odie and Doyle.
So how's that? This is going to be a very short show if we can't get these pans cooking.
I've done it. I'm on.
Done it.
Right. Have you got the olive oil ready?
Olive oil ready.
Yeah.
You're not getting kinky with this, are you, Peter?
What?
What are we doing then? We got the pan on with some olive oil, yeah?
You get some more.
Just be careful. Now, what we got to do here, we've got to be careful. Because we want the pasta al dente. So you're going to get your boiling water on because clams cook very, very quickly. So if we start, I'll tell you what we're best doing. Talking for about 5 minutes while the water warms up. And
Good idea.
can I just make a suggestion?
Yeah, of course.
I think we should fill our glasses and have another drink.
Yeah, good idea. Remembering to save 250 mil for the cooking.
Does what?
Just remember to keep 250 mil back for the.
No. Hey, Keith Floyd, just whack it in. Get it in there.
Whack it in, son.
Amazing.
Right, cheers, guys. Are we going to do a cheers?
Pete, listen, that's a very good piece. That's very good opportunity. Let's raise the glasses to Peter Reid, legend. What a man!
Oh no! Hey,
listen. By the way, Peter, thank you very much for. Thanks very much for agreeing to go on the show. We know you're not getting paid to do this, so thanks very much.
So,
no.
Are we getting oil on now? We're putting some. What we're doing with the oil? We're going to put some shallots in. But...
Yeah, just let it warm. Let it warm. But what I want you to do is make sure your pasta, your water's boiling, because pasta only cooks for the very. I like mine al dente, so we've got to. we've got to get the timing right, because once you get the clams in, it's only it's 2 or 3 minutes to do your shallots and your garlic and your chili, and it's that simple. And then what you do, we get our
What is
we get
that?
our clams in there, because they do very quickly. And what you do, you whack the wine in, and after the shallots are done with the garlic and the wine in there, it's done in about 3 or 4 minutes.
Right. So talk us through that again then, Peter. So we're going to have a separate container for the water to put the pasta in, right?
Yeah, we got the pasta.
And then we want a separate one for the
Yes, yeah.
And then we want a separate one for the onions and all that stuff, do we? So we need 3 pans.
Yeah.
Do we need 3 pans? All right.
Well, no, 2 will do, won't it?
Don't worry about Andrew, he can't count.
One for the pasta and one to cook the shallots, the chili, and the garlic in.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, some of these dishes, people might throw tomato in. They might have a couple of tomatoes in, thinly sliced. But I prefer it the other way, I've got to say.
Tomatoes.
So there's where I am at the moment with my dishes.
All right, so we've got 2 there.
Yeah.
2 nice saucepans there.
Yeah.
The clam. When do the clams go in? Right at the very end.
Yeah, the clams, as you know, once they open up, they're done. So it takes a very short amount of time, 2 to 3 minutes to do them.
Okay.
How many of these little tomatoes are we putting in, Pete?
No, it's up to you. Tomatoes is optional. I'll leave it to you. And don't forget what I do as well. You might see me go missing out there, because I go and get the parsley at the end. You've got a nice bit of parsley. But what I love, coriander is one of my favourite herbs. So me being a bold chef, after 2 glasses of white wine, like a bit of coriander sprinkled on it as well at the death. Just adds a little bit of ambience to it.
Beautiful. Peter,
Get used to this.
Peter, are you sure you're not going out there for a cheeky woodbine?
Listen, I've never been a smoker. Honest to God.
Never given it a go.
By the way, how old are you? Woodbines. Brilliant. Great shout.
I was 17 in the war.
So,
Here's a question then, Pete. If you're on death row and you got your last meal, what would you have? Someone said to you, right, come on, you popping your clogs tomorrow, you got your last meal.
by the way, that's a good shout. Do you know what I'll do? And it's chips, fish, and mushy peas.
Oh,
Loads of salt and vinegar. See you later. A mug of tea and some bread and butter, and then that's me. So
I grew up in a seaside town, and it's all fish and chip shops where I grew up. So I know exactly what you mean.
I don't think you can beat fish and chips and peas. Honestly, I love it.
Curry sauce.
Yeah, good fish chips and mushy peas. You can't beat it.
You cannot beat it.
Can't beat it.
Now, you know, for the pasta, have we salted the water?
Yes.
Good. Yeah.
Mark, can you just go down to the
Oil
sea?
in as well.
Mark,
Sorry?
can you just go down to the
Put a bit
sea?
of oil in as well. Stops the pasta
Yeah.
sticking.
I am.
Yes.
Give me 1 sec. It's going to pop down to the beach.
Pop down to the beach and come back. Don't get too much sand in there, mate.
Brilliant. I love it.
So how long are we cooking the pasta for?
Well, like I said before, I like mine al dente. So wait till the water comes to a boil, and then
I have boiling water.
I'll give you the shout, and then
We'll do it all at the same time, shall we?
Now what we'll do, when the pasta gets going, we'll start our little cooking because, like I say, the pasta's the most. Do you know what? If I'm honest, I was yapping that much before. I forgot to put my boiling water on. That's you lot. That you've got me.
That's Mark. That's Mark's fault.
Multitasking. That's what we're not. None of us are
I
going to multitasking.
I was having a chat, and then I thought I've got to cook something here, and I haven't even got my hot water on. Mind you, I couldn't even get the gas rings on, to tell you the truth.
You've done a good job,
Peter.
You've done a good job.
In your prime, Peter. In your prime, which of today's Premiership football clubs would you have made it into the starting 11? Do you reckon?
Well, I'd won two league championships, an FA Cup, and a European. So it'd be like, and I played for Man City, so they're the tops at the minute. But I've got it right. There's only us here now, isn't there? Listen to this.
Yeah.
I used to be a copite.
Oh, well done, lad.
No. So don't tell anyone because it's something I'm ashamed of. So please don't tell anyone. Leave that.
Six European Cups, mate.
Leave that between us, eh?
So how come that's our little secret that you're telling us on national TV, on ITV2?
Well, because I'm that type of guy.
So your family didn't know that. So what happened? Talk us about your pre-Coppite days, mate, because I'm sure there's a tale to tell.
Hey, Pete, did you win a European Cup?
No, we won the European Cup Winners' Cup, didn't we?
Cup Winners' Cup, mate. That's the second rate.
So Pete, a question for you.
As well.
The what?
The PFA.
I won the PFA Players Player of the Year, which was a fantastic achievement in '85, and I think I won Manager of the Year in '96.
I mean, the PFA Player of the Year, that's
so I did all right, like.
Peter, can I ask you a question?
Well, Peter.
Go on.
Can I ask you a question about your era? Can I ask you a question about your era?
Go on.
Yeah. So somebody that had crafted their art on Merseyside and was known for one of the greats of the game, an England legend, and all the rest of it. Can you actually begin to explain why on earth Liverpool sold Peter Beardsley to Everton?
Wow. I've no idea. I think, listen, Peter Beardsley was a great player. And I was, let me check.
You guys got your pasta on?
Right, mate. Is your water boiling?
Yeah, the water's boiling.
Well, let's get the pasta in.
How long is the other bit going to take? Is that going to take?
Pasta.
Yeah, how long is the other bit going to take?
The pasta will be about 6.
Should we put our onions, chilli, and all that stuff together?
I don't know how it tastes good pasta, but what about the other dish?
Oh, what we do now?
Is that enough? Reid?
Is your olive oil okay to go?
Yeah.
How much pasta, Peter? What's your measuring?
400 grams.
I'll tell you what I've done. I've put a full packet in. I love it.
Peter, is that enough?
What's that? Yeah, brilliant.
Let's have a look, Mark. Let's have a
Get
look.
it in.
Are we
Get
going
it in.
Should we start cooking the onions and garlic and stuff now?
Just give give yourself 1 minute.
All
I've got to fill my glass up.
Hey, Peter, you just missed her, but my other half, Jo, just came back from the lounge because she's watching us on YouTube, and she said, "Can you put a bit more pasta in because we want some as well?" So that was a bit of live
Live feedback.
bit of live feedback from the show.
I could do that.
Here's the question. Do you put your pasta in whole or do you break it in half when you put it in your thing? In the pan?
I put it in whole, and then as soon as it hits the boiling water, stir it out.
Does anyone else break it in half like I do?
No.
My daughter Edith, who's 7, does.
It's sacrilege if you're Italian.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel.
put it in hospital.
Somehow.
Did they do that in Turkey?
Right, is everyone's pasta getting done?
Tom,
Yeah, it needs a bit of
Mine
it
is.
needs
Sorry,
a bit of
is
timer
it-
on as well.
to be honest.
Pasta, is everyone's pasta cooking? Yeah?
Just about. Yes.
So what we could do, what we could do, we could start gently sauteing all our shallots. Oh, beautiful.
Lovely to see you. So, should we just shove it all in the same pan, Peter?
It's pretty hard cooking and talking at the same
And
time, isn't it?
while the onions and the garlic and our chili, just a little bit of seasoning for good luck.
No.
How's everyone's shallots and garlic? How's it all going? All right? Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm chucking my shallots in now.
Mine smells beautiful.
when do you put the time in, Pete? Is that early doors?
The what?
Time.
No time. No. But at the end, we put some parsley in, and I'm going to put a little bit of coriander in.
Okay.
Wow.
So, Pete, question for you.
Yeah, thank
Yes.
you.
What do you reckon? What's the best game you ever played as a player yourself, wherever the team result, where you came off the pitch and you thought, I absolutely smashed that. I played a blinder.
Then we, after beating Liverpool 1-0 at Anfield, Graham Sharp scored. We played the week before. We played Manchester United, Brian Robson, Whiteside, and we beat them 5-0 at Goodison, and that was the best. Every one of us had it right, 10 out of 10. So
Yeah.
we'd have beat anyone that day. Honest to God, beat anyone. So listen.
Pete, I've got a
That
question.
should be nice and sauteed. So now, let's get the clams in.
The clams go to the pasta or with the garlic and the other thing?
Clams are in,
Are
and then
they going in with the garlic? Are they going in with the garlic and the onion?
garlic's already in. Get the garlic in.
Clams in with the garlic
Peter,
and
sorry.
Hey, by the way, this is going in.
Can't quite see what you're doing there.
White wine?
got white.
No.
White wine's in.
White wine.
Right, I'm keeping an eye on the pasta. It's been in for 5 minutes.
Thanks for the time, Gazelle.
I'm just going to taste it. I'm just going to see how the spaghetti's doing. Spaghetti just, my spaghetti needs a couple of more minutes and it'll be done. I'm getting there. So, have we got the white wine in with the clams?
Yeah.
We're going to put how much?
Now, what I suggest, if possible, you get a lid on there so the steam to open up the clams.
I do this. Hey,
There you
Peter,
go.
it's all coming together, mate.
Yeah.
Do I need to invite the misters into here?
That's one they're turning the alarm up.
Everything's happening here. Mate, my sauce is smelling nice.
So we need to drain the pasta now.
If the pasta's done, what I suggest, if the pasta's done, take it off the heat. And what we do, we leave it in the liquid, and we just use tongs to pull it out and put it after the clams are done. And what we do, you add the pasta into your pan with the clams and mix it all up. Do you get me? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
If you leave the pasta in the water, it'll keep cooking.
How's everyone's pasta doing?
Take it off the heat.
Yeah, how's everyone's doing? Is everyone's cooked?
Right.
About 4 minutes, I reckon.
Mine will be done in about 1 minute.
Hey Pete, I've got a question.
Go on.
I'm a big West Brom fan, right? Did you play against,
The baggies.
Did you play against Cyril Regis?
Absolute great player.
How good was he? And what about Laurie Cunningham as well? What a player he was.
I played for England under 21 with Laurie Cunningham. Outstanding. And I first played against Laurie when I played for Bolton Wanderers and he played for Leyton Orient. What a player. Outstanding footballer. Top draw. When I played against West Brom first time, I think Johnny Giles was the player manager. Robbo was a young player. You know, they had some players then. Len Costello, Ace and Harford, Willie Johnston, Weil, Robertson, Paddy Mulligan.
Yeah.
All them lot. Brilliant players.
Ali Robertson.
Ali Robertson, terrific footballer.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you who got in the team. I'll tell you who got in the team. Brendan Batson.
Yeah.
And then the left back was a good player. Derek
Statham.
What a good footballer he was.
Yeah.
Very good.
Stu, you know you're shit.
As what?
I'm not saying that Stuart knows his nostalgia.
I've been watching West Brom since.
What year was that, Peter?
I've been watching Baggies since 1978. My dad.
I know, mate, but some of this stuff's going back to what is it, the early 80s? You must have been a young lad back in those days.
I started. My dad first took me to West Brom in the late 70s.
Yeah, right. Well, I played in
amazing.
The mid 70s against all them.
Yeah, yeah.
And they were, by the way, top players. By the way, got to say. So don't forget, in them days, you couldn't move clubs because it was there was no freedom of contract then. So
That's a very good point, mate. That's a very good point. Sorry to interrupt you, Peter. Hold that thought for 2 seconds. Do we need to be shoving the pasta in with the seafood and all that sort of stuff?
Hold it, check. You've got to check whether
My pasta's ready, dude. Should we shove it in?
You've got to check whether your clams are opening. And then if your clams are opening, which mine aren't, so I'm turning it up.
My clams have opened. Shall I put my herbs in now?
If your clams are opening, get the parsley in. In fact, I'm going out to get my herbs.
Peter, you're going out for a woodbine, mate. We all know you are.
We won't talk about you behind your back.
How's it all going, lads?
Poor guy, he's got a hard job, isn't he? Doing all that cooking and talking. He's telling us about his life story and trying to tell us how to cook at the same time.
Apparently, we're getting some comments on the WhatsApp chat.
Boys, don't tell him I'm going to go a bit off piste and put a squeeze of lemon in mine.
I've just done it, Stu.
Don't say anything though. Yeah.
Well, I think that's what the lemon time's for, Stu.
Right.
Yes, by the way, yes. Half a lemon. Yes. Half a lemon. Squeeze it in when you want, lads.
That wasn't on the list.
Make sure the pips don't go in.
That wasn't on the list, lads. That.
That's creativity for you.
I'm just going to pop down Sainsbury's and get a lemon. Is that all right?
Do you know we've got a lemon tree in our garden?
What? I have as well.
In Cyprus, that you have to have one there. Isn't it? Lemon and an olive tree as well.
Got lemon, pomegranate, and orange.
I've got an orange and a lemon.
I have to say, that is
Nice.
impressive.
Very good.
Yeah.
I've got privet daffodil, mate.
Just cut my herbs now.
So, Mark,
Peter, if you hadn't been a
what's life
footballer,
like
what do you
in
reckon
sunny
you
see it?
if you hadn't made it as a footballer, did you have any other career aspirations?
If I hadn't been a footballer, oh Christ Almighty, that's a good question. I'd say a fat factory worker.
Probably not alive today then.
Hey, you're still keeping yourself fit though. What do you do?
Yeah, they have a go.
What are you doing to keep fit?
I tell you what I do. I do a lot of core work, which is and a lot of stomach exercises and a lot of lightweight reps, different exercises.
You look like you can still play a game.
He does. You do well, buddy.
I'm sorry, them days are gone. So is everyone's clams opening?
Yeah.
If your clams are opening, your pasta's in, obviously.
Are we going to mix the clams in with the pasta? Is that the idea?
Should have done that ages ago.
Once it's cooked and I've opened up.
It should look like this, shouldn't it?
What?
Is it supposed to look like this or not? Because I can't.
Yeah,
really...
that's not bad. That.
Doing all right?
Brilliant, by the way.
Right, you got to get that bad boy going.
This is mine, guys.
Let's have a look, dude. Oh, give us a close up, dude. Is that?
As what?
Look at this.
Is it supposed to look like this, Peter?
Is that bone-in?
I love it.
No, I'm going to plate. Are we ready to plate up then, or is there any?
My clams aren't open yet.
I have got to get it.
Superb, lads.
Where's my
Peter,
dog?
well done, mate. Looks absolutely
Well,
brilliant.
I'm just trying to get me dish out to serve it.
Got enough here to feed about 30 people.
Oh, I'm the same, by the way. I'm the same. It's all over.
I got a question from a mate who's an Evertonian. So that year after high school, when we got banned from Europe, but you won the league, hadn't you, with Everton?
Yeah.
Do you think you would have gone on and won the European Cup that year?
I think it's always difficult, but I think Liverpool had a fine side. I think there was a few real good sides out there. That year, I think Steaua Bucharest beat Barcelona in the final. So I think we would have the chance. I've got to say. Oh.
It's a really good question, Stuart, isn't it? I mean, it really just casts you back to those sort of days of, it's a really tough time for English football, wasn't it? But
well, we got kicked out of Europe for 6 or 7 years, I think. So, I mean, it put us back massively. It put us back as a nation massively because a lot of the best players disappeared abroad, didn't they, to get European football?
Yeah, dude, fair enough. It was good.
It was actually English players playing in Europe for a while? Like all those players went over there, Ray Wilkinson.
Yeah, there were some good players who had to move. Right, I've got to get a serving dish. Just bear with me, lads.
Think England will ever win the World Cup, Peter?
Again?
I think we've got a crop of good young players coming up, you know,
Yeah,
honestly.
really, yeah.
I do.
I'm really confident, aren't you?
Right, let me get me serving dish.
I'm just going to serve it in my pan. Is that all right?
I thought you were going to serve it in your pants, he said then, Boris.
How's that?
How's that look?
How's that looking?
Yeah, nice, Stu. How's that? Boris, what do you reckon of that?
Let's have a look at you, Billy. Oh, hold on, let's have a look, Billy. Oh, I have been reminded this is the simplest dish on the show, so I'm just letting you all know how proud you are of your stuff. It's basically pasta with a bit of stuff thrown in it, but it is still an accomplishment.
Boris, you're doing us all a disservice, my friend.
I'm joking.
Gents, Peter, controversial question, but will you be having parmesan or not?
Oh,
Carlton.
and you with fish?
Is that Carlton Parmesan?
But Peter, is it parmesan? Would you approve parmesan or not?
No, not in this.
Okay.
Doesn't need it, does it?
Were you referring to Carlton Parmesan, the Sheffield Wednesday and Graham Taylor great?
Hey, by the way, I've got to say, have a look at this, chaps.
Go on then, Peter. Show us your...
Look at that.
Oh, beautiful.
How good's that?
Absolutely fantastic.
Let me have a clam. Oh, what a chef! What a chef I am!
Peter, top man.
Round of applause. Nice one.
Well, lads.
Well done, Peter. Round of applause for Peter Reid.
Hold it.
Top man.
We've got that one to drink, haven't we?
What do you call it, chef? What's it called? Dish called?
Spaghetti al Peter.
This is a spaghetti vongola alla Reid.
Top man.
Hey, it looks
Cheers,
all right. And what you've got to do, if there's any bread about, you've got to dip it in the sauce afterwards.
Oh,
Gotta
absolutely.
mop it up.
Definitely going to do
There we
that.
go. There we go, lads.
It's a bit like when you.
Oh, Peter, you're a wonderful girl. And listen, Peter, can I say one thing? You've just created a wonderful, wonderful dish. Top man for being star of the show, and we're really grateful for you to do this.
Oh, hey, listen, thanks for the invite. And it's
Brilliant. You've been
been
absolutely brilliant.
great having a chat and spending some time.
I'm sorry if the questions were a little bit awkward. I had to spend a lot of time on Wikipedia to work out who you were.
No.
But I did.
What's the one question you least like being asked?
Hey,
If you're in Richmond at La Bocca Divina, give us a shout.
listen,
Have a drink.
I'm always down there. A bit,
Good man.
lovely restaurant.
All right, we'll go and have a glass of wine.
By the way, see you from Somerset, Cyprus, Twickenham,
Good memory.
wherever. Where are you from then?
South East London.
Oh, Postport. I know.
I'm like a 5-minute walk, 10-minute walk to Millwall.
Oh, hey, proper. Cheers, son.
Cheers, Pete.
Cheers,
Good
Pete.
night.
Nice to see you.
Brilliant hanging out with you.
Enjoyed it.
Bon appetit,
Top man.
guys.
Top
Yeah,
man.
well, see.
See you soon. Thanks very much.
Take care, lads.
Cheers, Peter. You're a top man. Top man.
Brilliant.